We finally got our first taste of some new Marvel. WandaVision full breakdown and review. It's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritics.com, where we talk about all things movies, televisions, and pop culture. And if you're here for that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be up to date on everything that I'm talking about here today. And right now, we are celebrating, talking about, breaking down, and reviewing Marvel Studios' WandaVision. That's right. It just premiered. I just finished watching it. We only got 2 episodes, which is more than what we were expecting because we thought we were only going to get them week to week. But Marvel decided to do us a favor, and Disney, and to give us 2 episodes at the same exact time, back to back. Shout out to a lot of the outlets out there. I wasn't fortunate enough because I was late for submission, but some people got to see 3 episodes, which I'm pretty sure, based on what I saw in the first 2 episodes, was probably a bit of a treat and more of a bow to kind of tie around some of the storyline that they're throwing at us. Overall thoughts, first out the gate when I watched it. This thing has a lot of nostalgic sitcom vibes straight out the gate. Like, this is a straight up sitcom. There is no setup. There are no any kind of build up to the whole situation and things that you're seeing in the trailers. Everything you're seeing in the trailer is exactly what you're getting. You're going to get a straight up sitcom. Laugh track, cheesy jokes, character introductions when they come through the door for the first time. Like, it's very nostalgic, very Donna Reed, very Bewitched, all the way down to the intros. Like, the intros come on, there's 2 different intros for the first 2 episodes. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like that throughout the entire 8 episodes, but for the first 2 episodes, you're getting an intro similar to like Donna Reed, the old 50s shows, Bewitched, Black and White. So the first 2 episodes. And again, I want to give you guys, I know I should have gave you this in the beginning, but I want to alert you about spoilers. If I'm going to spoil anything for you, please don't listen to the rest of this, but I'm definitely going to talk as much around things as I can without spoiling a lot of things. But I'm going to be kind of honest with you. There isn't really much to spoil because I feel like the first 2 episodes are just barely taking you there. They really are just what they are. Everything you see in the trailer, pretty much, almost everything you see in it. Well, the first teaser, I should say. The very first teaser, not the official trailer that came a couple months after, but the first teaser trailer is pretty much the first 2 episodes. It's black and white, and it's pretty much just 2 episodes, like nostalgic episodes. There are some cool callbacks. There is a lot of tying in to let you know that you are still in the MCU. This is still the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There are things that are thrown in, like they even do mock commercials, like mock commercial breaks in between the series. Well, 1 episode, I should say. Each one, the first 2 episodes, they each had 1 commercial. The first episode was a Stark Industry nod. The second one was a Hydra nod. I'm not going to tell you what they were, but they're pretty cool and they're pretty funny. This thing makes fun of itself from jump. Like, it is like I said, a straight up sitcom in the vein of, the old 50s, the old style television series. And I know we're going to get that vibe throughout the next 6 episodes. It's going to be that type of vibe. What did I think of it? I think that the way that Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda, and Paul Bettany, Vision bring this thing to life, I think it is absolutely hilarious and very entertaining. This is my era. I grew up in this era, and not so much in the sense that I was in the 50s, but a lot of those shows were still popular when I was growing up and in syndication and being reran over and over. Think Nick at Night, think TBS, think TNT back in those days. Like, my parents, my dad, he used to watch that stuff all the time, so I grew up on this stuff. This is not new to me. This is very, very, like, normal to me. So I'm enjoying it. I'm watching it. I'm laughing at it. It's very reminiscent, very on point, very on the timing, the comedic timing, the laugh track. Everything feels authentic. Like you would have thought that Marvel was just rerunning an old series. So I think shout out to Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen, because I think that they really captured the essence of that time and that era. So with saying that, I'm going to tell you that when you watch this, don't go into this with expectations that you're going to get the same vibe that you get from the MCU. This is a full-on sitcom, and the reason it is that is because it is setting you up for the overall twist. For those of you who aren't familiar with Wanda and Vision and their storyline within the comics, this is an alternate reality that Wanda has created in her own mind. There are nods that point to that. There are introductions of a new organization, a new agency similar to S.H.I.E.L.D. that is from the comic book. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, because it's been spilled, it's been out there, and there are logos dropped here and there every once in a while throughout the episodes, so you'll pick up on it if you're familiar with that agency. The agency I'm talking about is S.W.O.R.D. S.W.O.R.D. is actually, it's there. It's in the universe. They finally come out and said it. There's a nod to it at the end of the first episode, but you got to catch it closely. And then in the second episode, there are two nods to the actual organization. My theory of what I think is actually happening is, in this alternate reality that Wanda has created, I think that the players, other characters in the series, are actual agents on site. I think Wanda is probably in like a site or on a camp, like similar to remember when Thor lost his hammer and they had like this big facility like around it, trying to like kind of just figure things out. I think she's going to be in that similar environment, and no one can penetrate her world. And I think they will eventually, and things in her mind are going to get messed up, and this thing is going to get out of control, like seriously out of control. She seems very protective of her lifestyle with Vision in this world. I don't think any of it is real. I just think it's all in her mind, but she's manifesting it into reality and causing this ripple in reality and time. Let me think. Like the supporting cast, everybody that's in this, they do their thing. Like I said, everyone is on time. They're bringing the comedic edge. It's very cheesy. It's very just very reminiscent, and I keep repeating that because there's just, to me, there's really nothing wrong with it if you're going in it with that mindset that these two episodes are the setup. You just have to watch them and take them for what they are. It can get a little dormant. It can get a little boring because you know what you're expecting, and some of the jokes may not hit because they're very like old style kind of jokes, like on the nose and very cheesy and very I don't know how to say it, but just very just on purpose. And they make fun of themselves a lot too. So like they talk about their relationship and how he's not really a human being, and how, you know, she has magic powers, and she does a lot of stuff that's similar to the show Bewitched. And so in saying that, that's why the jokes are kind of just on the nose, because it's just like you might giggle a lot a couple times here and there because you're like, yeah, that's funny. But other than that, I mean, it's very innocent, it's very cute, very romantic, very relationship-ish. It's like a rom-com within a series, plus old school style television. The aesthetic is dope. The way they, you know, bring the old tube TV imagery in there, and the old credits rolling at the end. Even in the beginning, the credits coming in. I just think they did a beautiful job bringing that essence back to now, from yesteryear. But other than that, I would love to know what you guys thought. If you saw it, if you haven't checked it out yet, if you're not going to check it out, what did you think? If I'm on, I think that this is right now, the setup is solid. I'm definitely going back to this week to week. I hate that I have to go back week to week, but I'm here for it, and I cannot wait to see where they take us after this, because like I said, knowing in my own mind, knowing what's going on and what's supposed to happen, I I'm watching this and I'm just like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. And I'm looking for the Easter eggs. There are a lot of Easter eggs in this thing that if you pick up on it, you'll understand what's going on. So I think that's what you have to keep in mind. You got to go into this thing and just watch this thing for what it is with no expectation, and understand that the very first episodes are indeed, without a doubt, sitcoms. They're straight up sitcoms, and I think most of the show is going to be that, with a little bit of hints of mystery and what's going on, because you don't really get any of that until like the second episode. So I think going forth, the way that the second episode ended, you're going to get a little bit more of that as the series goes on. And then maybe the last episode is probably where we're going to see, I'll say maybe the last 2 episodes is where we're going to see Darcy, we're going to see Jimmy Woo, we'll probably see more sword agents and that nature. There's probably a ton of stuff that we haven't seen that are in the trailer that they're probably holding on to. But I think that, Catherine Hahn, shout out to her. She did her thing. I think that she's going to be a bigger role in this than what they're leading us to believe. She says a quote in the show. I can't remember what it was. It was pretty kind of like, I feel like it was like a nod to things to come, like a foreshadowing. Something about the devil. I can't remember. If you guys remember what she said, please drop it down below. But what she said, something was cool. But other than that, I dug the show. I think it was cool. Again, you guys let me know what you thought. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe. And for more TV news and interviews and podcast Critics Talk, make sure you guys check out WeAreCritics.com. Thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.